239 people boarded a plane and disappeared. Not crashed, not found, not even fully understood. In a world where every movement is tracked, where satellites watch the skies, where technology connects every corner of the planet, a massive aircraft simply vanished. No distress call, no explosion, no warning, just silence. A silence so complete that even today, we still don't know what really happened. And maybe we were never meant to know. It began like any other flight, routine, predictable, safe. March 8, 2014. Passengers arrived at the airport, some tired, some excited, some thinking about home, others thinking about what was waiting for them at their destination. Conversations filled the terminal. Announcements echoed through the halls. The ordinary rhythm of travel. Nothing unusual, nothing alarming, nothing that suggested that this night would become one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history. The aircraft, a Boeing 777, one of the most advanced and reliable planes ever built, designed with safety in mind, engineered to handle extreme conditions, trusted by millions of passengers around the world. This was not an outdated machine. This was not a risky flight. Everything about it was normal. And that's what makes it so disturbing. 239 souls, each one with a story. Families, students, workers, dreamers, people with plans, people with futures, people who believed they would arrive safely. Some were sleeping before takeoff. Others were sending messages. Some were watching movies, laughing quietly, living ordinary moments, moments that would soon become their last. The crew was experienced, trained, professional. They had done this many times before. There was no panic, no confusion. Everything was under control. Until it wasn't. The engines roared. The aircraft accelerated down the runway, faster, faster, until it lifted into the sky. Smooth, controlled, perfect. The plane climbed into the night sky, leaving the city lights behind, entering the darkness above the clouds. From the ground, it looked like any other flight, just another aircraft disappearing into the sky. But this one would never come back. Communication with air traffic control was normal. Routine phrases, clear signals, everything working as expected. Then came the final transmission. Good night. Two simple words, calm, unremarkable. Nothing about them suggested danger. Nothing about them suggested that something had already gone wrong. But shortly after, the aircraft vanished from radar. Not gradually, not with warning, instantly gone. At first, there was confusion. Maybe it was a technical issue. Maybe the signal was lost. Maybe it would reappear. But it didn't. Minutes turned into uncertainty. Uncertainty turned into concern. Concern turned into alarm. Because planes don't just disappear. Not like this. Not anymore. And yet, this one did. Military radar revealed something unexpected. The aircraft had changed direction, turned away from its planned route, deliberately, controlled. This was not random. This was not a simple malfunction. Someone, or something, had redirected the aircraft, and no one knew why. Instead of continuing toward Beijing, the aircraft flew back across land, then out, into the ocean, into one of the most remote places on Earth, the Indian Ocean, a place so vast that it swallows everything, a place where search becomes nearly impossible, a place where secrets can remain hidden forever. Satellite data suggested something chilling. The aircraft didn't crash immediately. It kept flying for hours, alone, silent, no communication, no response, just a ghost moving through the night sky. What was happening inside that aircraft? Was anyone conscious? Was anyone trying to send a signal? Or had something already gone terribly wrong? We don't know. And that's the most disturbing part. When the plane failed to arrive, the world took notice. Search operations began immediately. Ships deployed, aircraft sent out, satellites scanning the ocean, countries working together. One of the largest search efforts in history. But the ocean gave nothing back. Days passed, no sign. Weeks passed, still nothing. Families waited, hoping, watching, praying for answers, for closure, for anything. But all they received was silence. Eventually, small pieces began to appear. Debris, fragments of the aircraft, found far away, carried by currents. Proof that the plane had crashed, but not where, not when, not how. Each piece answered one question and created 10 more. Investigators searched for answers: pilot involvement, mechanical failure, hijacking, fire, decompression. Every possibility explored, every theory analyzed, but none of them fit perfectly. Each explanation had gaps, missing pieces, unanswered questions. Experts believe the aircraft eventually ran out of fuel, drifting through the sky, power fading, systems shutting down, until gravity took over, and it fell into the ocean, far from everything, far from rescue, far from understanding. More than a decade later, we still don't know the truth. 239 people vanished, and the world was left with questions. Because somewhere beneath the ocean, the answers still exist, hidden, silent, waiting. And maybe, one day, we'll finally understand what happened that night. Or maybe we won't.